say Omayano Yesuku no Omobese no and some be free kunyam or more free kunyam. Abuja say like a video na share. Unsubscribe to this channel, so I must say subscribe. Number campus and cool Cassiano. Na yenko yanim. Yanto asuna yenka nsem kakra bi mfamfa the LGBTQ plus no. Abuja me ameti hey. Me emfa me ho. So bi dinasum. Obi so the man ma or your ba na beda. Obisi o ibema oni bema na beda. I don't care. Enye masem. And the reason why I want to talk about it is the hypocrisy of the NDC and throwing contempo chana NDC for so no. Edru baby o si entumi nkata ye ne yen kansem nkyere omo. George Oha tie.
I just doing it kwa. The LGBT community has money they are throwing around. Do you think the Australian High Commissioner who is walking around took bicycle to my constituency and was misbehaving? When I gave it to him on social media, I went and deleted the pictures. But you can't do that. You can't. I can't do what? You can't beat him. Why can't I beat him? Why would you? If he decides not to behave like a diplomat, I would treat him like a non-diplomat, because a diplomat has signed up. There's letters of credence says he will respect the laws of Ghana. The laws of Ghana do not allow you to do homosexuality. Then you with your two left legs, you leave Australia and come to Ghana to come and redeem your image. Do you know his career? The Australian ambassador, follow his career. He's somebody who doesn't know his identity and has come to Ghana here to try and find reinvent himself, and then wants to now come and dictate to us here in Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana, that we must legalize supi here fle. Can he go to Saudi Arabia? Can he go to Saudi Arabia and go and tell the Saudi crown prince that because he's an Australian aborigine, he's the descendants of riffraffs from England, though. They were sent there. He cannot come here and come and tell us. He will look at
this time, this guy was in opposition. Na akwawe no video bi ohwa na me pese memfa enye den. Memfa en reply no. No video bi ohwa sa video am pese memfa en reply no. Sabe na akwawe not oppositional. Not opposition pa. Not oppositioner. No dwene say sansem na wakata na ni o kan tentiamu na o tentiamu no nyina no enkosiaga but ene ababeda wo mpono so se o mfere sa form so na sabio omosi nanado enye ho adwuma nanado etima edren ena nanado etisei ena nanado etisei ene da do ya me no kasai NDC for paying for adwane afri parliament because of sa a money me omo efa na me ba I just want to have this video so that mensema meka no ebeto aso. I want to use their own words. Nigeria needs some George KWASIA Mpanyini oti opposition no. Na no kwabo na. Why? Look to
do this. You think they are just doing it kwa? The LGBT community has money they are throwing around. Do you think the Australian High Commissioner who is walking around took bicycle to my constituency and was misbehaving? When I gave it to him on social media, I went and deleted the pictures. But you can't do that. You can't. I can't do what? You can't beat him. Why can't I beat him? Why would you? If he decides not to behave like a diplomat, I would treat him like a non-diplomat, because a diplomat has signed up. There's letters of credence, says he will respect the laws of Ghana. The laws of Ghana do not allow you to do homosexuality. Then you, with your two left legs, you leave Australia and come to Ghana to come and redeem your image. Do you know his career? The Australian ambassador, follow his career. He's somebody who doesn't know his identity and has come to Ghana here to try and find reinvent himself, and then wants to now come and dictate to us here in Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana, that we must legalize supi here, fle. Can he go to Saudi Arabia? Can he go to Saudi Arabia and go and tell the Saudi crown prince that because he's an Australian aborigine, he's the descendants of riffraffs from England, though. They were sent there. He cannot come here and come and tell us. You look at
and Papa will not to opposition. Osi said the Ethiopia LGBTQ plus one why he be sign. Now he was even threatened to go and beat an Australian ambassador to Ghana. Say oye onono ye trumu ni enti okopena bono. Tio okopena bono. Now akwane who video so doso. Listen to this video too. Listen.
On the LGBT issues, I mean, if you get a nod, how far would you hope to push it? The president, your candidate, when he was interviewed on the BBC, he said he would now look into what is in that bill.
You know, that's a misconception that's been put out. And I listened to that full BBC interview. President Mahama has been clear that he will sign that bill, and he has no option than to sign that bill. President Mahama will know no peace from Sam George until he signs that bill. And he himself has said that to the clergy, that as a Christian, as a member of the Assemblies of God Church, he will sign that bill. What the president said to the BBC was in response to why President Akufo-Addo has not signed the bill. And he said to them, look, what President Akufo-Addo should have done, instead of rejecting service of the bill, was to have received the bill, stated what his displeasure is with the bill, which is what the Constitution says. The Constitution in Article 1067, President Mahama in his response to the BBC was referring to the Constitution of Ghana. Article 1067 says that when he gets to the president, he must within 14 days indicate whether he would sign or not sign. If he chooses not to sign, he then has to bring it back to Parliament and then state in the memo to Parliament the reasons why he's refusing to sign and add the recommendations to remedy those challenges he sees. Otherwise, within the 14 days, he can refer it within 30 days. He can refer it to the Council of State, who have 30 days to give him advice. That's what President Mahama was saying in that BBC interview. He was not saying that he now has to read the bill. President Mahama has read the bill. It's because he's read the bill that he told the clergy that when he becomes president, he will sign the bill, because President Mahama has no problem with anything in the bill. That explanation he was given was basically what the president should have done as a lawyer in line with our constitution, because the president's decision not to have service of the bill on him is unconstitutional and shows you how reckless and irresponsible Akufo-Addo is as a president.
A few moments later.
Charlie, now we are with the camera.
Wait for minority for the demanding for the LGBTQ bill to be passed.
Has John Mahama has peace from him? One Mahama eko. There be one Mahama eko. Adentia. Because everything that guy said was a lie. And some no more opposition, no more Kenya, everything was a lie. And me and family home. So we did trumu beba Ghana, trumu and family home. And ye mna obey nebe mo obi ni to obi ni baby ne da. And ye mna wa ye. And nebe mo ne jayo. Chrono eye forbidden. Ewo Ghana maimu. Amanfo gusubo chrono. Into mna obey nebe mo na ye. Me so me I don't care. But the issue is the NDC are hypocrites and people are mutumidi nipadne ediakro. That is what I hate. And many of the illiterates now most society no they fall easy to these fools. That is what I hate. That is what I hate. Look at this stupid fool. Nigeria ni KWASIA mpanyi anyway. Edi ena dwene diakro wo yankasa yekro. On say nebisa no say na nsem na no ka so obeye ne ba ne sen a o say yenkone nkobisa omo hefo. You were the front runner of everything concerning that law. And then they also say be yenkobisa omo. Sam George, who did you know monkwai? Sam George, one such man rod in say Sam George, one say Jerry John rod in say I know bisa ho. Say adentia and this in pain for mu 10 times mame kuna do ajman rodents nyankopon fa okransi ye aya no mo bisa mo ho adentia omanya yetim this fourth republic yenya president ahodo enai sorry enum enya president ahodo enum miensa NDC for mienu MPP for NDC for mpan for no nyina omo awu die ntia ena mon kontompo ne nabraba ne bone ene awudi a sa party no ewo munti ena manfo ewusa ai bone ne awudi ewo mutimunti no ene nti amoni panyini bi wofi a won bedane mo ani akọ ne nchen ko bisa no mokakọ je advice afri ne ho mo bone no nkontompo we no mo de nyankopon ni pa adwene di akoro mo deceive amanfo for your personal interest no eno ka ho bi nti amonkrofo na ewu ti se nwan empanfo wo ma ewu mutimi na odu mo ho nipa num na mo akọ kwa uje bibia boko garam se ko sisai amon kan chiri plus so nya jimi ne nkwasha keka o keka na sabio ezi obi so wonsa ede ukokyere enkwa yemfa no nkokyere ewuo tibo kan chiri plus on to ne bo na de ranado dan kwa kufu ado ayama na wana bra bom nipa bia ni wiase a waye bibia te sa ama na wana bra bom onkoso no mon keka nkwasha asem wede monkoso na mu wi asika na ade bi wa asase no e wona wiye wo Sam George na wa wiye wada na hu jimi ubegyina camera ni ma nkwasha asem jimi no na wa ya ene mahama yekobisa no LGBTQ terioka
the proper human sexuality, it's quite a long name. Proper family values bill. If you remember, there was a court case that injected the speaker from forwarding it to the president, and also restrained the president from receiving the bill. Eventually that case was disposed of in December, I think on the 18th or something. Yeah, so it meant that the injunction had been cleared. But as far as I know, the bill did not get to the president for assent. And so the convention is that all bills that are not assented to before the expiration of the life of Parliament expire. And so that bill effectively is dead, it has expired. I don't know what the promoters of the bill intend to do, but I do think that we should have a conversation on it again so that all of us, if we decide to move that bill forward, move it forward with a consensus. And probably it shouldn't be a private member's bill. It probably should be a government bill with government behind it after consultation with all the stakeholders to see how, we're able to move this forward. But it leads us back to the discussion we had, that if we're teaching our values in school, we won't need to pass a bill to enforce, our family values. And that's why I think more than even the family values bill, is us agreeing on a curriculum that inculcates these values into our children as they're growing up, so that we don't need to legislate it. And so we'll see how all this goes. And so I'm looking forward to this review conference.
A few moments later.
Sexual rights and family values bill. My recollection is that it was passed by Parliament already. That's my recollection, that we passed this already as Parliament. We passed it, and the issue was giving it a presidential assent. So that is where it should be taken up. I don't see why anybody should bring us a bill that we have passed already. I think the step is to push for it to be given the assent. Yesterday I saw it on the order paper, and then I was asking myself, but who brought this? And really, a bill that we have passed already, you haven't convinced me that, there's a need for us to work on a bill that we have already passed. So in all sincerity, and I'd like to be very, very frank and open, I did ask the speaker, Mr. Speaker, but this bill was passed, and why is it on our order paper again? And then Speaker himself also expressed surprise finding it on the order paper. And I recall we invited the clerk. The Speaker invited the clerk in my presence and asked the clerks, how did this bill find its way advertised on the order paper, because he too didn't know how it got on the order paper. I like to be very, very transparent. If the clerk, I wish he were here, I would have said in his presence, yesterday this thing happened. I saw it, I was like, this bill, what is it doing here? We passed it already. Why are we being invited to consider it again? And so that is so the only one that indeed yesterday Speaker and I agreed should attract our attention is the one brought by Honorable Patricia Ajay. She is here. That is the Property Rights of Spouses Bill.
Busianfo se mo ho ensembere ba nkrofo kaaye no ni nyina chi no bibia koye ntro he na me kan se me sha se na me kan se bi se yewura Martin Opoku prempe bra obeye Minister of Education e pass ba won tran be kan se omo pese omo nsesa ye curriculum no na curriculum no omo besesa no omo pese omo mfa sexual education enka ho na omonchire values na omonchire emane memane na munsemsem na amanfo adwene munye omokre. The NDC then stood up say Nanado Danko Kufuado na ban pese omomechire ye ma trumu ho adwuma ene mahama tikrejifo ani me ka kire omo say esenka ye kire sexual education wo school mu a enka nya ne sa fe ne ye ba ye de mre beba abusia wa hun kontompo na tie biem sabio bela mo emra mo dia ko parliament dia hanti NPP everywhere in day in out mo din tro dia gu NPP so na mo pese mo mfa mema meda hwan ne hwan ene mo parliament mo absolute majority e wo parliament ho. Mon sign bill na ababe yasem. Mon sign bill na Yeah, the bill now say ye be discuss bill no parliament ya. Papa no to a country say what train free because to him ya pass it. That bill ya passes amra no. Why ne passes amra no? Who passed that law and when was it passed? That is the NDC for you. Why you mo fa so mo ye campaign 2008? Edidi nkunim ebetena nkonya so 2009 entro. The same way that they did, but Ghana for ye say yente hwe, ye hu hwe, especially the Gen Z. And crofo ya na de omo school ya yi, omo so omo dia na nye. And ekoto abama crofo we. Look at it. Say we video I'm about share from when I started my video up to now. Mentra hanka sema mamfa a whole video evidence. I'm fan chiloma. Anything I've spoke about it, you know, I have given you a video evidence here. What is or more can, but I know more opposition. But I'm better now. The omoka completely different. Ade. When I'm in this for. Ade. And this for I was said the TB or made mind so or money competent to cry more made mind so for what reason? Now, what the Yama Reverend in Team for Joy and Church the Muye, Nayentie. Here we are. Now, Machado, the end of Sam George. What it is?
Our population, as per Afro Barometer survey conducted, indicating that 93% of our population consider matters of LGBT and age-related practices highly repugnant to our tradition, to our values as a society. So today, after we had duly submitted the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill 2025, a bipartisan bill, to Parliament, having gone through all the procedures, the Speaker of Parliament having admitted the same bill, the Clerk to Parliament having admitted and approved, having referred the bill to the Legislative Drafting Department. After the proposed bill had been reviewed, it was sent to Attorney General's Department for their review. They brought their comments. The comments were incorporated. It was further referred by the same Speaker and the Clerk to the Committee on Private Members Bill, chaired by the First Deputy Speaker, who is in chair today, who gave this unfortunate ruling. We appeared as members before the Private Members Bill Committee, chaired by the First Deputy Speaker, who did not raise any reservation whatsoever, for which the eligibility of this Private Members Bill was not in doubt. Subsequent to that, recommendation was ferried by the Chairman of the Private Members Bill Committee, First Deputy Speaker, to the Speaker of Parliament. Right Honorable Speaker duly approved those recommendations, accepted and directed through the Clerk of Parliament that the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill 2025 be gazetted. All these took place before we went on recess. Indeed, Parliament, through the appropriate channels, submitted the bill for gazetting. It has gone through gazetting, it has matured, and has been duly advertised yesterday, 21st October 2025, for first reading, for consequential referral to the Committee on Constitution and Legal Affairs, for the subsequent processes to be undertaken for the bill to be passed in line with aspirations of the overwhelming majority of Ghanaians. Today, we came to Parliament only to see that NDC members of Parliament and their leadership have gone to, in a very conspicuous, in a very rather Nicodemus manner, removed the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill, which was advertised yesterday, and all of you were witnesses to it, and you even published that story. So we are asking the majority, we are asking NDC government, where is the Human Sexual Rights Bill, which had gone through all the processes and approved? Today the majority leader is telling us that Speaker is not aware. The the clerk is not aware. And the first deputy speaker is saying he's not aware. But he chaired the committee that approved this bill as private members' bill. It was the speaker who approved this same bill and director for gazetting. It was the clerk who wrote the letter accompanying the gazetting. So why is everybody saying they are not aware? Suddenly, this goes clearly to indicate that there seems to be a clear attempt by NDC government to run away from this bill. And we're asking the question, why are they running away from this bill? A bill that they thought was important yesterday must be important today. Even more so, recent developments have heightened the discomfort of Ghanaians. At the time when we began this bill in 2021, we never had two South African gay couples coming to Independence Square to openly kiss and declare themselves gay couple and declaring independence and freedom, calling out every practitioner of LGBT to show up. We did not see that. But under President Mahama, that has occurred. So we are demanding that that bill must be reintroduced today. An addendum must be raised for it to be brought back. We will not allow NDC government to run away from the bill. It's a bill that is important to all of Ghanaians. We all know the propaganda they put up to this bill, the lies they peddle. But we passed it when we were in government. Why are they running away from passing the bill? We are demanding that the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill be passed now. Be passed now. And not deferred to any other time. But the record is set that no speaker cannot say he's not aware. Clark cannot say he's not aware. The majority leader cannot say he's not aware. He was in copy of all the correspondence. First deputy speaker cannot say he's not aware. Everybody is aware, and the due processes have been undertaken and fulfilled every procedure. Now is the time that the bill, wherever they stole the bill to, they must bring it back and feature it on the order paper. Ghanaians are demanding that we pass the bill now and to satisfy their cravings, that we protect their tradition, we protect their norms. That in this country, only two people of opposite sex can get married, a man and a woman. Marriage can only be contracted between a man and a woman.
And it's a wood any year, yet the belly akko parliament say yanko can asem or parliament na young man in pass it, and this advance that be to me pass it. And this for muteki demonstration across the whole Ghana. Say akufade trumu nipa or de trumu bagana no. Ene omonfa part adenko parliament ya omwakwa akotie free. Parliament book na yebe kan no omwakwa akotie free akoto atwene. Abusiamfo, what should we say more for you to understand say enkrofo way omonye papa. Na everybody akopo ye. No dey afenyo maka na some oka kire head na idriso dey tie.
You like it or not, that bill, you pass it and use your super majority to reject it. The education minister needs grants, he needs foreign aid, he needs support for his ministry. Now, do you like LGBT or not? You are vying for vice, you are vying for running mate. Do you like LGBT or not? Say it. Let's hear you on record. Education minister, you want a woman to be president, possibly you be the vice president. Do you want LGBT? Say it. What is your position? Declare your position, Minister of Education. Sit.
Yes, Majority Leader.
So enti yesi adi ayede ye wa enya wode no emfa nye wunua ene wa say ade ne tene ya no ena abetomo so monsign bill na yenko adenti a monsign MPP abai enye se bia no mposo be sign bill because MPP be eye trumu ni aye protect no, and NDC know the consequences of signing that bill, what will happen in the country, how foreign investors will run away, how in the Western world omoni ebabeto man so punishment indirectly omadbema omano. But enam cheap propaganda ne to me be anamo pentino. MPP must to keep on. I was MPP for me the ombe be an uncle for inside bay with answer number call mwako. Because MPP for Motnaho, a man crofo sign for the parliament as a president. Yet to about year 2008, not one more sense. I be an answer move free wa. Omoko messing be chop Mohabekes and Mona sign at the year campaign or my number assembly to me. At the MPP for when you know home, number man crofo sign bail no. Na consequences or more buying any kind of feed. Now answer my cocorano. About you be a self friendly mama Mahama Baposia. Or say some Georgie Cressini pa. In some Georgie I yene, it didn't Jimmy away Jimmy in a home in opposition yanano. Yanya and this senior or not be reply no. Said your mutreni or mono, but did the same way. I replan. Yam couldn't conclude.
Media ano. Sina mesia match wo social media Sam George unni nyansa ya ka se ndie ni nyansa Sam George unni bi border what Sam George what border Sam George what border papa when chim papa Sam George ya ka so bi wo nyansa unni bi Sam George say ya ka so bi kitanyansa unni bi so be kitanyansa Sam George nyansa abosani adwonso abeti akoko siampeni kwa sia minister te Sam George wajima wunya bia mane nka no krenchiro no ye yentina social media sacrifice fire krama for the ube ye minister of communication kwa da benda no wetima ka cha NDC for communication for NDC for be social media say NDC for more social media for winchanda na wo share TikTokers from paying for wa frequency official abedi to Mahama tanda ko agudwa Mahama ni mase aguna ni mase kwesi official gay ni bema Sam George gay ni bema wodi kwesi official munyina mu ye gay Sam George wodi kwesi official 20 me kwesi apostle me wuntimi mfrem me meaning gay ye meaning lesbian ye because njena nane mudi nti sa de ma fi no me postle amenye na wo Sam George wa share empayinfo NDC for ye wo social media oboda mate en kama me akoma Sam George en kama me akoma so de NDC for ye wo social media ni be ye fem Sam George en kama me akoma so de NDC for ye wo social media ye ni be ye fem aboanche wonwe ye nwu ma bi ni munkeka ye be ye adwuma de ye wu adwuma Emma Pet in Mra Power, who Minister of Communication, who bet my catch as because you are posting winning me, who bet my catch as NDC for social media, Sam George, Unimbia, who was just NDC Obia, only young just only TikTokers for NDC communication for me, I do what I know. NDC communication for no, more do what I
know. My beer phone last night to suit me for an hour. I did send to myself fra no in the short, yeah.
Sam George NDC communication for do to send me to YouTube maybe 2 hours 3 hours for Sam George be ko di 1 hour NDC communication ni NDC ba pawo ya ye wo TikTok ye wo ye followers ye wo nyansa sama ye ka kire nkrofo abedi ko to abama NDC Sam George uni chasri twem en kama me akoma so the NDC for your social media ni be fem Sam George how dare you so the NDC for your social media and ni be fem wo TikTokers for what to unsa afreba oni be hia no wo de ni monyam ekoma bi wo ni chasri twem what Sam George wo ni chasri twem wo de ni monyam se ekoma bi ya take the NDC TikTokers for ya ye wagma sacrifice de ya kra aba for the matter wo ko frɛ kwasi official wo ko frɛ kwasi official oni na ni munyansa no kwasi official woni na ni munyansa no enti wonna bia wonya NDC TikTok bia owo social media enti sɛ NDC fo ni bi no be so che sɛ NDC fo ntebro fo me pefa ya emoji wa mesrew NDC fo ntebro fo NDC fo ntebro fo me boa Sam George who person who chese NDC fo ntebro fo ye nim nyansa ne ya social media ni ya to ye data ni ya be sacrifice ya adwumadena ma NDC ye ma me ni ya papa ne mchese ba to ye pa bi Sam George wo ya buo ma boa We are poor Sam George. I'm watching so we will utify. You know minister so say pepe.
Hello.
Hello.
What do you mean? Mike. I'm so amu too. What do you mean? Mike, what do you mean? Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Mwakwaba.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah. We have a code there.
Na. Nyami adum now so.
We have a code, Mimia.
Okay. Na. Oba panda yi or see anything.
Hey, or say some George. Or say some George. I'm friends with you.
Winning panda. Mr. Mapun panda.
Winning panda saying Tuntum Fufu.
Yeah. Why yes, so are you panda? You know your friend or bar panda.
We are Mike Ubekumio.
Oh. Or this Sam George in anything.
Sam George, I'm friend. I'm money be and need. Why, yeah, Juma.
I'm going your day.
What did you a man for them?
Are they almost so much from Dada? And I'm looking at your seminar. Some Kwasia forces to go to Abba. I'm a Kwasia by Abba Tenaso. Then you also Sam George in your day or by a panda. Judge, not Sam George. I want to in any abre.
Oh, this
he has to make sure say he will never let Mahama know peace.
Yes.
Until he signs that bill into a bar panda for Jimmy Copper baby tonight. You class for Obiba Atnas ya gonna be YouTube aba. And I know Amamunya Manuadian and Abu Betras and Cassiasem and Cassias or Bagan and me by Yatichum. Can send you a public country men can have to crumples or better TV so and I see a year man saying in a show. Moki count somebody dimping white or biting the sick as Yan and therefore. So we Jimmy Copper baby channel in young can count. Such is now my year. Such is now my year. I feel I remember us.
Yes.
No more can see yen and I'm way. And then I will for almost see your baby. Make it media lectures a more good degree. Yes, CSHS is a what a negative to cry. We will get there.
Yes.
Now, to media lecture be our body to degree not to take effort. Your friend is Santiago or cancel me for a CSHS or what side. Never to be so Kumasi a university. Come Kwame Nkrumah, Dr. Teki. Because Yamia Aduma Moma for Beauty Oman, yes, it's a quarantine, or the umbiti matter or Moma. On the movie feature. In the hour for your best rebel. You propose to shut up. Namu is a bribe, but won't cost you. Muntia.
I am Muntia. Any abre.
Nankanya Semini Yanka. Ubi new a Nemuasem. Listen, Mr. Marco Cromwa. A mammy knew Muyajuma. Don't go now. Come now, your bow almost shoots Cosra proclaim. Can count on who Yana make home. If you color was a color, yes, tomato, light skin, brown, chocolate. Now, we didn't come out and then a mini member. Adaya, or deal with girls. Now, Kwasia, dear woman, I am a time crown affair. Omoya at the end, no more time.
Aye.
And he only get you now, only. And now, Obua, only to look on. any bema koko normal. Normally the man na to child support so. Normal sam almost aka be kabum normal santi. As so no man no mo nyomo we no mo de to child support so. Ebu ozo on fa ho be ye adwuma hwe. Opon so mo nim nyansa na mo be ye oba tu oba no.
Yeah.
And you can say you will crumble your big deal of public. No man can conquer. They look over them, and your more person will know my men cry. Say, me who said me baba after than for born, no coban and said them, Miss Lucy say, what America had done, say, me banner bomb a benanti, and I should be ready.
Of course.
Because you're common,
very common.
And yes, you because Shambara. They don't need to get married and son of my side, you know. No, because of much sorry, they are more into go bank or falco, alcohol, stop. You fear answer. I know my is too many penny for Nina Ginadan Quaragini. Mental sabit. Because from a software to a handful. Open if you get a clear more pen for my game. This is an again on penny for aye. Me buy sometimes me mura and a demi roll about the baby. To tear me the free Ghana because me dance I will be before a while because of the morals I'm free. Then I buy it.
Yes.
And a damn morals in penny for after 2 hours. And they are to get them.
And a sika.
And a sika. Thank you. Ọmụma isi sutike ọmụjia na ọmụma na obi TCKD na Bible landing na za abrabo yi obobi no to Ghana no condemn akufuado
ufie kura wantimi protected.
Thank you. So the level of Jimmy no ukete obi be say I can't think far. And you actually more Tamo Besayo, so one Sayo, say I am a 4-bay Mudeyo, Muamala.
I said, Edamo,
Muamala,
Edamukuam, Yeremo.
Muamala. Yeah, the trouble, yes, NDC for a new dear, the war, my especially in the Oma Chusun, no dorm, on what your book was going to make in a man who Nippon, known to me in a man who know. Wobeye den wadwena mo mamu nyina for say if that's what take decision to say kwara what cycle so we are free Ghana for say that now to me near school for nurse ajala ara so sabani yan teach me how we practice that league Ajuma de mabobi me bomb some mam
omoye
maya de papa maya de mahama cause so da me makato me say me feel bubu ebu asum
Ethiopia
and do your best sitani bia unia no ma check no ah no de anya kromfo aye ne de asa ayi ofu ayi your friend say
good to me
former finance minister
Kenoforiata
na obi ono no be ye adwuma be ye minister no GP no and na mo tata and say we corruption meji
omra fie no omfa
are you people no ma
omfa abuse of power
na ayi ni ya ayi ensantrofo ankwasiafo ahresere adwuma Ghana nsantro no ya ahresere adwuma no mo so to say na wa ye bane dia na wa say ye din kakot na ye majimi obi a ma check fake check bounce no nam ho ya nchi no na obi obeye adwuma ma Ghana no ngi pain ene ye so ye kronvo obi hu charge sura ye dia bon ni mani ade
yankofa ne mera ne metoto na ne pe charge mfiri na nom he wasem
kese Sami Jemfi de catcher myself, Kufu and MPP are buying air bokron. Or buying coming here in Uncle Wakotiku and Uncle was who use daddy. You see, I kakura because then Tamama say I appointees in Chiomaka. Or could you fresh Range Rover buying? Not or $10 from me and you being a new feet and time. Just so Subempa, a wapapo. We didn't know when I'm set.
Yeah,
You are better not to defend it.
yeah, boy.
Any ne. Yes, I will be. What if I you free money? One more party in me, you can vote. You know, I come. Only now you give me for you, your Ghana party. As a ne. Was it that same party now? Unbelievable more ideologies and to Abaman. Abra CPP wo ho. Kwame Nkrumah. Ghana first family access Kwame Nkrumah dey. Oye superb na nkaso obi kita Nkrumah ideology a. Adan na onko no onko libi CPP.
Ya omo nili dampo. Ajanko kwa no akwa refresh kakra.
What is some George boy or say Kwame Nkrumah Ghana. And Ghana food na so mo pe Kwame Nkrumah. Onko ke Kwame Nkrumah sema. Me be cheware. Enti nanka Kennedy nanka ko libi CPP. Nanka Ghana food na atu abama. So there was grassroots ni so fro. Na fi di ade. And then Kevin Taylor. And then you big deal at me na fi di campaign ma. Na uria. Na to uri ni a MPP fo gini. Ni so mo kwato abama na uri ni a. Kevin Taylor na be so aye campaign amawa na so be go back to NDC Kennedy Japan way owura sikani ni bisaw asin for su Bruce Lee so black belt asin for su Bruce Lee ni bisaw na unya obi tesek phobia member wa jisika free ba omi aho da wa jisika free no da Eri kutia ayi baby a woda ayo apartment eka na wode the never winner no ye kan you know you full of mini Abraham be won mo se da twa ba yi njai na emfevam bulon ka mo ho so wo afre de mo pese mo wia ya adwo mo se akan na makasa se mi samafo me se obi ye infantini or your crony not yakra o you know say or yakan ni o good one what kema o you know san e ko batwa ba ye obeto betia because o you MPP ni say ya sankefo dia ntumi hwe yie and I say obi di na ho ahwan obayo wa American the secretary
DNA so when you say DNA so when
thank you oh no after babe making mockery of Samira Baumia no dey no Mr. Mafo me di besia oh I so say like you say I send dia I Kennedy say I send you back kafa Baum Samira ho the big na warrior me say asemo no Kennedy make win so
wow
ni ekosoro
wow
ono sami de meki ono no ntimi sferi ni din wa tweno no o timi din kunu atamo disrespecting people social media no babe making more free of
you was somebody
Samira Baumia
you was somebody po
unfair na ye aho fe ni free when you give Samira Baumia no unfair maame why you secretary o de ko she Gucci o she Louis Vuitton kra o hu secretary o hu ni me say media ma what to for boy na ho anwan na don ko se ho anwan e chiro be san femenka mi zama fu nyame so no djuma fa o then the delegates yes remo e djuru wa 31 January Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ye to do we ni die be mu Ghana forward. It's a man for Yamisha.
Yamisha. Bye. Yewia Mike and I attend in Kano. I abusia wa obutumi afre na mafa wo so call.
Yeah.
Ni Eric do me mo akwa papa wo to say. Hope so ho ye. Ai. Me da so ha hwe se obi nso ebefre na wache na dwen kakra. Ni Eric do say Ghanaian journalists have a problem. They been paying every month from the John Mahama NDC my brother. So okay, just say NDC a journalist from Morgan and you pure moka Mahama we are pure moka into no mono no crane or monka and our motor no omudi agoro sana me and person ka abishama be for nice na to put me for it na watch the wadwen na de akoya nim me twen kakra bi se manyako bia na I will end the video here. But meanwhile, NTA video way, this funny video.
Whether you like it or not, that bill, you pass it and use your super majority to reject it. The education minister needs grants. He needs foreign aid. He needs support for his ministry. Now, do you like LGBT or not? You are vying for vice. You are vying for running mate. Do you like LGBT or not? Say it. Let's hear you on record. Education minister, you want a woman to be president. Possibly you be the vice president. Do you want LGBT? Say it. What is your position? Declare your position, Minister of Education. Sit.
Yes, Majority Leader.
You like it or not, that bill, you pass it and use your super majority to reject it. The education minister needs grants. He needs foreign aid. He needs support for his ministry. Now, do you like LGBT or not? You are vying for vice. You are vying for running mate. Do you like LGBT or not? Say it. Let's hear you on record. Education minister, you want a woman to be president. Possibly you be the vice president. Do you want LGBT? Say it. What is your position? Declare your position, Minister of Education. Sit.
Yes, Majority.
They are running away. They cannot contain the pressure anymore from their PP. I was for meeting enemy sama for her and Ras Media GH. Meso say unyan subscribe ya na wa subscribe like video no mame sanso no unyan share ya meso say share ai found say see adoma no so say be am the video bi atuma obey one of the first people among sabeka video way video no because say one phone say unsense adoma no so a me ba life kura na say me the video tuma wonte say baba na wa ba behwe me ntima wonsa enko adoma no so na fa wonsasi so me den chia kese Eric do say Ghanaian journalists chop from the John Mahama NDC administration so bro